Welcome to Cardinal Coaches Corner here on the college's YouTube channel. I'm Benny Rogers, the Sports Information Officer at the college, and I'm joined this week by our soccer coach, our head soccer coach, Jimmy Elder, who's in his first year, yes, but the man has 5 NCJCAA Division III national championships, folks. So this is not his first rodeo. So we're very excited to have Jimmy here with us. And the Cardinals are coming off a 5-0 win in their season opener Friday at the Pit over Texas Southmost, and we're really excited about what this season holds for the Cardinals moving forward. Well, Jimmy, you arrived in January. What was your first priority in building a program basically from the ground up?
That's based on my experience in club soccer in Dallas as well as college soccer. Is you have to have a team, you have to have players. And so the very first priority before I even started, when I knew I was coming, we were in between, we were transitioning but from the New Year's to the spring season. So I'd already started looking for players and building a roster, and was my priority over the last 4 or 5 months. It's just finding the best players, searching the United States and the world for the best players available. And we got a late start, so I knew I had to hustle. So that was my first priority, and the priority was building that team.
Well, that leads me to my next question perfectly. What type of player fits your system best?
Well, given that we're a junior college and a lot of kids would love to play at Notre Dame and Texas, sometimes it's slim pickings and you have to kind of mix and match. So the players that fit my program best are committed, passionate soccer players. And then they either are pretty athletic or they're pretty technical. And if they're passionate and they're committed and they're technical and they're athletic, either or, I've got a match and I've got a good player. If they got both of those, technique and athleticism, then they got the potential for All-American status in my program.
Soccer's still relatively new around here, certainly at the college it is now, being in our third or fourth season. In terms of importance, how do you rank the physical portion of it and the mental portion of it?
Wow, that's really a tough question because we say we have 3 speeds in soccer. We have the athletic speed, we have the technical speed, which is your speed of skill, and then we have the tactical speed, and that's your ability to process. There's an old saying in soccer where the first 5 yards are right up here. So the mental side of it, the tactical side is very important, and if a player has that, they can compensate maybe a little bit for what they lack in some of the other things like the technique and the speed.
Most of your players are 18, 19, 20 years old or whatever when they get here. How many years have they really got invested in soccer to this point, most of them?
Wow, most of our kids have played since they were 8, 9, 10 years old,
Wow.
Some of them 6 or 7 years old. And it just, at this level, that pays big dividends when you've got a family that's put you in soccer at an early age, especially in a community that's got sophisticated soccer. A lot of the big cities, even some of the even some of the rural areas out here, have club programs now. They're playing against the best kids in the big cities. They're getting coached by professional coaches, who are getting paid and have a lot of experience. So those players come in with certain techniques that the recreational players just don't have. They understand the speed of play. They understand the tactics. They understand competing.
Through all of the practices in the spring and then through the summer, now into the fall, the scrimmages, and now one game under your belt, where do you think you stand as a team moving forward?
I think I was you never really know because I've bumped up from Division III where there's no scholarships to Division I where there's full scholarships. But I have played the competitive teams in this conference prior to and so I kind of know the standard. So I think the team we have now will be very competitive with the top teams. I think we'll be able to compete with the top 10 teams in the country on any given day, win one, tie one, lose one, but a relatively close score. I think that's what I have. I do have 24, 25 freshmen, and so there's a big question mark with how they will adapt and how they will adjust and how quickly they will improve to get to the standard of a top junior college in America.
I once had a basketball coach here tell me he had a lot of freshmen on his team, a women's basketball coach, and he said, my only hope is they don't all play as freshmen on the same game.
Yeah, that would be a disaster. Yeah, they've transitioned really well over the last month. And it's taken a lot of work, and we still got work to do, but it's been a good 3-4 weeks of training.
Well, the final question then will be, what would make your first season here qualify as a success in your mind?
A success in my mind would be winning a conference tournament, getting a bid to the national tournament if we don't win the conference tournament. And given we're in the top probably conference in the country, that if we do well and we get a good ranking, we have a chance at getting a bid to the national tournament, even though we don't win the conference tournament. But for me, that will be a successful season for me.
I know I can answer this question, but I'm going to let you answer it. Any goals set out there to crack the NJCAA rankings this year?
Yeah, that's not my ultimate goal to crack.
Well, I know it's not your.
I think we'll do it. I think we will do it. I think we have the potential to do it. The ultimate goal for me.
Well, I know. Well, when you won 5 national titles, we know what the ultimate goal.
I don't care what they say. I don't care what they say. Who says it? We always have a shot at it, and I think this team has a shot at it. Stars may need to align a little bit. You know how crazy soccer is. But I've seen it before. I've got the mentality of the kids. I've got the kids. We've worked really hard. So wind blows a little bit in our direction.
There you
never
go.
know.
All right, folks, the Cardinals will be in Lufkin on Wednesday taking on Angelina at 5 p.m. Their next home game is on Tuesday, September the 17th against Jacksonville at 5 p.m. in the Pit. If you haven't been to the Pit, folks, it's got a new look to it. It's got that old same feel to it, and I know all the former athletes that have been here have dreaded going to the Pit. But the Pit's a great place to go, a great place for soccer. Jimmy, thanks for stopping by. We'll have you back again.
Awesome.
Keep those W's happening, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you, Benny.
See you next week.
Come see us, guys.